Hey, you guys. Thanks for coming in first today. Make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button on your way in. Go ahead and ring the bell so you can get notified when we upload video here on Larger Curves. And so you can become part of the beautiful, curvy streets, you guys. Now, let me see, make sure my media is up together. It's Saturday, you guys. And I got my hot Cafe Bustelo sipping coffee with you guys this morning. Now, I have been wanting to go live about this. Let's see. Today is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th Saturday of 2025, you guys. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for being you. You know what? I have a new rule in 2025, and it's my old rule. If I woke up, I'm not complaining, you guys. That's usually what's happening. If I woke up, I'm not complaining. Okay? But I still have thoughts, but I'm not complaining. Okay? And then I was listening to somebody this week who said that venting is actually just feeding the problem, and that when you have problems, you should be praying about the problem and thinking about solutions. Don't be thinking about your problems. Think about some solutions. Pray about your problems and think about solutions. How is that for 2025? Okay? Because we are only a couple of Saturdays in. We're not even that many Saturdays into the new year. So I think we could still take this up, and it will help us a lot navigate 2025 with all the nonsense going on. Nonsense like Phaedra Parks. I said it. Nonsense like Phaedra Parks. Oh, PhaePhae. Fraudra seems to be her legacy. Seems to be a character trait and legacy at this time. Look, have you guys ever had a friend that you thought was for you, and then you find out that she was actively working against you behind the scenes, or trying to bust up you and your boyfriend, or going around to the girls you introduced her to, spreading fallacies and misnomers about you? Have you ever had a person in your life like that? We all have. And most of us choose to establish a healthy boundary with a bitch like that. You not invite them into the circle further. And as soon as it's discovered that that's how the person moves, you usually will adjust your access to that person, because who is going to give a person that dangerous power to be over you in your other relationships, you know? So I kind of feel like there's a lot of under stuff going on with Phaedra that has been going on since she was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and a lot of it's been overlooked. But I don't know. I feel like Phaedra finally met her match with the ladies of Married to Medicine. I really and truly do. Or why else didn't she show up? She was in the thing talking about, I'm not going to let bitches like you not have me do something I said I was going to do. Well, your contract says you're supposed to show up at the reunion, lady. So it sounds like bitches like them got your panties in a bunch enough for you to abscond away without fulfilling your contract, which is high key frustrating that Bravo would allow her to not fulfill her contractual obligations and appear at the reunion on the show, where she's just been going around throwing her rehearsed shade daggers in confessionals and to her alliance of Contessa and Sweet and Sour, and just all this shade. And it has people thinking that, oh, Phaedra's the one. The Married to Medicine needed Phaedra. Oh, Phaedra has saved Married to Med. No, that bitch, nothing added, nothing gained, therefore nothing to talk about at the reunion. She knew she didn't have to show up at the reunion because she hasn't added anything to the season except for lies and chaos and confusion and rent-a-center men with community peen again. Look, okay, usually on Bravo, you don't show up to a reunion, and Bravo's not fucking with you. They're not giving you a spinoff for not showing up. They're not putting you on another show for not showing up. They're not fucking with you if you don't show up at the reunion, which is a contractual obligation, especially for the black ladies. The melanated ladies, they don't ever get any type of hiatus instead of deal with their problems. Nope. But on the white shows, I said it and I'm saying it again. On the white shows on Bravo, let them have a little kerfuffle. Let them have something where their racist slip is showing. Let them have something where their racist leaning tendencies are showing and their obvious bias towards black women is showing, and they get called on the carpet about it. And Bravo's like, oh, the white ladies don't want to talk about it. We're not going to have a reunion this year. And a matter of fact, we're going to go on hiatus so that you guys stop asking us about it, and so the ladies don't have to answer for it for a very long time. Hopefully, our plan is, this is me as Bravo talking. Our plan here at Bravo is that you guys will just have other stuff to focus on and totally forget that a cast of all white ladies for 14 years got some melanin and lost their fucking minds and did not know how to act. The only person that knew how to act was Sonia Morgan, of all people. Luann de Lesseps showed her racist slip. The other ladies showed their racist slip. They were all so mad that Ebony K. Williams knew how smart she was and wasn't afraid to mention it in front of their uneducated asses. And as soon as education became the thing, and Ebony was like, oh, I Googled it. I'm the most educated woman here. Then all of a sudden, education doesn't matter. Then Luann de Lesseps was like, oh, well, that's not all there is. There's world education. It's not all about the books, darling. Because knowing full well that black women are the highest level of educated women in America. And all of a sudden, now that doesn't matter because you got a real one that can compete in that department. So now all of a sudden we have to go to world education. And how many counts dicks have you sucked? That's what the real education is. Remember Luann de Lesseps did that to her? Mm-hmm. Whole shit went on hiatus. Everybody ended up with spinoffs and nobody had to answer for shit. We haven't seen Ebony K. Williams again. She got relegated to freaking YouTube and some court show. I wonder what kind of baby. She was pregnant the same time Candace Diller Bassett was. And so she should have had her baby bundle of joy as a single mother by now. She went and got some sperm, and that would have been something to follow on the show. But no, those white ladies lost their fucking minds when that black lady invited them to a black Shabbat. And then started talking about the things black people have gone through. They could not stand it. And Ramona Singer's good racist ass is the one to me, she seemed like racist tendencies, high key. What my eyeballs saw was macroaggressions, not microaggressions. Talking about, oh, you think you've suffered? I've suffered too. They used to call me Jew girl or some shit she said. Bitch, we're not talking about you at the Black Shabbat. We're talking about black stuff at the Black Shabbat. But, Ramona wants a White History Month, so there's that. And she's about to finally get it, too, because she loves Mar-Lago, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so Bravo usually has something that says, if you don't fulfill your contract, Bravo's not fucking with you. And for some reason, after leaving Real Housewives of Atlanta under the cover of lies, deceit, and alleging essay and drugs against another member, and then saying the producers brought that to her. And then we heard that Carlos King got fired behind the scenes, right? Well, from what I hear, Phaedra, this is Black Hollywood Reporter, reported that the real reason Carlos left in particular had less to do with telling Phaedra that allegedly Candy wanted to boink Portia in the dungeon while she was on one, and had everything to do with Carlos King allegedly attempting to do a tell-all book on Apollo Nida specifically. Isn't that interesting? And when Phaedra caught wind of it, she went to the Bravo execs and demanded they intervene and stop him from doing that. And that's when Bravo cut ties with Carlos King. That's what the story over on Black Hollywood Reporter is. And then you guys also know that that would be pattern power for Carlos, because Carlos King also did a thing for Candy in Escape. Remember, where he was working on a unapproved story for Escape, and while he was working with Candy on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and was doing this behind her back. So he did two first. He did one to Escape, and then he was trying to do a tell-all about Apollo, and that was going to drag Phaedra's ass into it, right? Because I'm pretty sure Phaedra got pregnant on a conjugal visit. Pretty sure. And that's why she was lying to us about how she didn't know how many months it takes to bake a baby or how far along she was. Remember, she came in lying. Phaedra Parks came on the scene lying, left Real Housewives of Atlanta a liar, got benched for 5 years because Candy was like, I'm not working with her, even though Candy was able to monetize off of it. And I thought that since Candy was able to monetize off of it, that Phaedra should have been let back, because obviously you're not that mad about this, I'm doing air quotes, lie that was told about you, because now you're monetizing it. So that means you're not hurt, your mental's not hurt, nothing's hurt, because your wallet is full. You know, you're healing. You're healing. So in that regard, I don't think Candy should have had that much power, if she did, in fact. I told you guys a couple weeks ago and showed you video of Chanel Ayan over on page 6 getting interviewed about being on Traders, and she was in the Real Housewives of Dubai. And she told us that how Phaedra came to be on Dubai was she called Caroline Brooks and Chanel Ayan and asked them to lunch and asked them to help her get on the Real Housewives of Dubai. And that happened in 2022. And after that, since then, Phaedra's been on a rocket. She went on there, and when she went on Dubai, they were asking her, oh, Phaedra, do you see yourself going back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta? And she was like, no, I won't be returning to the Titanic. So now I'm calling the Real Housewives of Atlanta the Real Housewives of the Titanic, because she showed back up. So it must be the Titanic. She dubbed it the Titanic. Let's see if she's adding weight to it to sink it, or if she's going to be a floater. I think so. I don't think any, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen over there. I might indulge it. I might catch it on the replay. I don't know if I'll let them get an actual view, because also I have a bone to pick with Bravo with this whole Phaedra thing. How are you going to have the lady who basically ruined the franchise back on the same franchise after giving her all of these positions within Bravo since 2022? She's done Dubai. She did Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. She did Married to Medicine. She did Traders. And now she's doing Real Housewives of Atlanta. So 5 rewards for being a bold face liar. But where's Nene Leakes? Yeah, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep revisiting this. All the roads lead back to Nene Leakes. Nobody can tell me shit about why Nene Leakes isn't at Bravo, warm and secure. Nobody can try to convince me it's because she sued their ass. You have a right to sue your employer. Check your HR, check your OSHA. You have a right to sue your employer. And they are not supposed to retaliate against you. It's against the fucking law. So anybody out there who's saying, oh, she shouldn't have expected, look, there's laws in place. So if you believe that you shouldn't be protected by the law, that means that's probably why you think Nene doesn't deserve to be protected by the law. And so yeah. But she does, right? And she didn't lie. Phaedra's a liability. The reason the word liability starts with lie is because if you have the ability to lie, then you're a problem, right? So they let Phaedra's good lying ass back in with open arms But then again, BravoCon, I'm pretty sure that's why they came up with BravoCon, is because they love a con and a convict. And you know, Chanel Ayan thinks that Phaedra Parks wishes she knew how to spell con. I think she does. When you're the embodiment of a con, then you know it. Because to me, Phaedra conned her way onto Married to Medicine because she didn't even add anything, you guys. There's nothing to talk about because there was nothing added by Phaedra on Married to Medicine. These people who are saying, oh, Phaedra did this on Married to Medicine and the ladies was jealous, you guys need to go have a seat at the doctor's office so you can get your eggs checked in your head, because that's crazy talk. It sounded like there's some scrambling going on, because I need you to prove what you're talking about. Where did Phaedra add to the show? Rehearsed reads in a freaking confessional is not the business. Smirks and fabulous wigs is not the business. One-liners is not the business. Putting on airs is not the business. Winding up Sweet Tea and now leaving her out here high and dry is not the business. Putting battery packs in Contessa's back is not the business. That little alliance that she formed with Contessa and Sweet Tea, only to leave them high and dry, I wonder how they feel about it. I wonder how they feel about their protege, their freaking mentor, leaving them high and dry. Oh, the daughter of the devil and all that stuff, pumping them up, acting like Heavenly's a problem, acting like Quad's the problem, acting like Dr. Jackie's the problem. It was all an act from a fraud named Phaedra. Now, this is all allegedly for entertainment purposes, and in my opinion, obviously. But I, for one, have been watching the best show on Bravo for its all 11 seasons. And I can say without a doubt, with my entire chest and being, that Phaedra didn't add anything, you guys. She will not be missed, as she did not add unto. Okay? But what she did add unto is the confusion and the lies, right? And trying to rewrite history and spin narratives, right? And narratives about other people that are really hers to own. Yep, they're hers to own. Maybe she'll end up back with Carlos King on OWN, because that's the only place she'll ever own it, is on a network called OWN. Other than that, she's not showing up. She's not showing up, you guys. She knows she didn't add nothing. And plus, you know what I also think? I think that she heeded Dr. Heavenly's warning that if you bring your ass to the reunion, bitch, I got you. Come over here with these lies and gaslight if you want to, bitch. But I deal in truth, and the truth will set us both free. Come to the reunion with your bullshit. And anything Sweet Tea says, I'm gonna look at Phaedra and talk to Phaedra about it, because I know Sweet Tea don't have it in her. Right? Let's look at some of these comments. Thanks again for coming through. Make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button on your way in, ring the bell so you can get notified. Happy Saturday, Bianca. Thanks for being here. Allie from Miami, thanks for being here. Happy Saturday. Hello, Mademoiselle. Hello, Lady Virgo. Yes, remember Kim left the season earlier and never showed up for the reunion, but got her spinoff. Yeah, the white ladies get that. That's what I'm saying. These white ladies and problems. So Kim is a problem. Kim has an obvious substance abuse problem. You're talking about Kim Richards. Is that what you're talking about, Allie from Miami? Because Bravo loves a good con. They love a con artist. They love somebody with a case pending, an indictment pending, a racist slip showing, some racist tweets on their MySpace. Yeah, they love it. They love it. But be a good, upstanding citizen, and they hate it. They hate it, right? Kim left the season and never showed up for the reunion and got a spinoff. Sure did, white lady. And you know who else? Freaking Vicky Gunvalson has sued Bravo 2 times, you guys. Who was just on Real Housewives of the OC last season? Again, Vicky Gunvalson, after 2 lawsuits against Bravo. So you guys can save all this shit about Meanie can't come back because blah, blah, blah. Did you guys send out? I don't know. Did you guys get notifications? Because I put it up here that I was gonna go live like 20 minutes before I did. And I think that's what makes I don't know if they unring bells sometimes. So just make sure your bell is rung for all. I don't post a lot, so I won't be bothering you. But if you have your all on my IG notification, I might bother you because I be posting all day over there. I just see something and I repost. But over here, I post when I'm going live and I post when I've been going live instead of uploading videos even. So if you just make sure your bell is set to all, then you should be able to get notified. I hear that that YouTube be tripping though. So thanks for being here, even if you didn't get notified. I really appreciate it. Yeah, you're supposed to get it automatically. Re-smash the bell. Yep. Thanks, Bianca. Sap fam, thanks for coming through. Kim is a YT woman at the end of the day. She can do things the others couldn't. Kim. You're talking about Kim Richards. Is that who you that's the only Kim I know from the Bravo world. Kim Richards. And I didn't know she had a YouTube channel. I thought you were talking about Kim Richards, Kyle's sister from Beverly Hills. Candy told House of Aaron Carlos didn't have anything to do with that grape allegation. See? And Carlos has said that also. The Black Hollywood Reporter said that it was about this unauthorized biography thing he was working on. Yeah. Thanks for being here, Sap. Yep, pause for the cause, smash it. Phaedra had to put a stop to that because then Phaedra wouldn't got caught up. Yep. Remember what Angela Satin said? Phaedra was the mastermind behind the crimes. Yes, and that's why she married Apollo, so she couldn't testify against him, and he couldn't testify against her. I still believe to this day, that Apollo took the fall for her, took the fall for them, and that's why they have an understanding. Maybe that was Phaedra, the one who told Candy about Carlos. Maybe, so she wouldn't have to testify against him. Yep. Well, Candy said that she was arguing with Portia on the beach. That if she had a sex dungeon, she told everybody about it. She was pissed about she was only pissed about the being roofing the girl. That was the worst part. Acting like she was T.I. and Tiny over there roofing, handing out pills and NDAs at the door. That's what they said happens at T.I. and Tiny's house in the court docs. Be passing it out at the door. If you don't want to take the pill, you can't come in. They tear up your NDA and send you packing. Uh-huh. So she wouldn't, yup. Say what now, Phaedra out of her begging for yes, Lady Virgo. Yes, I'm telling you. Go check out page 6. They do live reality things all the time. These 2 dudes are constantly interviewing reality stars over there. And they did an interview with Chanel Ayan, who was on Traitors, and she was like the 3rd person killed over there, I think, by the Traitors. And Dubai got it's either put on pause or canceled. And so they were talking to her about that and about when Phaedra came on, and Chanel Ayan shared that Phaedra came over there begging. She was smart enough to not put it in writing though. She she texted them, let's meet for lunch. And then showed up in Dubai. And remember, she was telling us she was looking at properties out there, and Carolyn was supposed to be helping her with properties out there. Brooks, not Stanberry. And then they got her on the show. A couple of episodes. The ratings did not increase with Phaedra Parks on the episodes of Dubai. And then she got Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. I don't know if she did any begging to get on that show. Nobody's reported it yet. But then we know from Quad and Dr. Heavenly that there were talks between Quad and Phaedra about her coming over here and Quad introducing her over here. And then Phaedra gets over here and tries to get Quad kicked off the show, which I believe Heavenly and Dr. Jackie, because just yesterday, Sweet and Sour was on the Page Six place talking about Dr. Heavenly was lying, that nobody ever tried to get Quad kicked off the show. Oh my gosh. I'm like, anyway, we're going to have to talk about her some more too. But let's see. Phaedra's wigs were fabulous. I have a feeling it wasn't a good reunion for Sweet Tea. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm blocked. I don't know if anybody has been able to check in on her live feeds or anything and see what they can see. But especially being left out there high and dry by Phaedra, I can see that it wasn't a great reunion, because that means she had to get it all from Dr. Heavenly, because at first Dr. Heavenly was going to direct everything at Phaedra. But hey, if Sweet Tea is going to be there saying the stuff, then she's about to get it. I think she didn't show up because they were going to see that the episode Sunday, there's no way she can lie or explain her actions for bringing Apollo friend on that trip. The girls were going to eat her up. Thank you, Sap Damn TV. Exactly. You can't tell somebody on with the 8th housewife watching that you know everything the fool does, and you guys talk about everything and you know everything, and let's surprise the people, and then leave talking about I'm leaving early because Heavenly's a mean girl and set me up. Bitch, we saw you talk to her. Ooh, I can't with stonewalling and gaslighting. It's just those two things chap my hide. Oh, Kim Zolciak sure did. She got to smooth walk out of that reunion after talking about these ladies like those people. And everybody knows when a white person says those people, they're talking about Negroes in an offensive way. Those people. Bitch, I'm a human like you. Those people. We the same people, bitch. Except for my melanin makes me a superhuman. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Kim Zolciak. Thank you. Thank you. Sap fan, I agree. And Dr. Heavenly said Apollo's wife tore PhaePhae up. And she probably don't want to have to go toe-to-toe with somebody about that either. Exactly. I'm ready for tomorrow's episode. Me too. Hopefully Heavenly will go live soon. I know, I can't wait. I'm like jonesing over here, okay? Sap TV, she goes live every Monday. Curves and I are there faithfully. Yeah, I missed it. I mean, well, we didn't even have it this Monday, but I was like, damn. Yes, I know. I'm in the Patreon too. Right on. Right. I was hoping she would surprise us. I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna be like, can you? We're going crazy. Are you going live? Can she give us a surprise pre-live and just let us know everything's okay? I'm gonna text her. Let's see. Because Candy and Tiny are close. Yep. Carlos and Phaedra just named the wrong friend. Yep. Yep. Krista Marie, thanks for being here, beautiful. Yep, Lady Virgo, that's true. Smack to you. Thanks for coming through. Okay, you guys, let me see if this media will play for me. Sometimes when I share the TikTok, you guys happy TikTok is back? TikTok is back in the building. Say that's not true because they didn't play it like that. Phaedra wants to be a leader in the group, and she does not want to be. For example, when she goes. Now I don't know if we can hear this. Let's see. I think she's in the cool. Let me see. Portion the rest, and they trying to out because she's talking. Right. So I remember her doing an interview saying that somebody asked her who the biggest liar was, and I think it was Page 6, and it was a messy ass question because everybody know Phaedra's the biggest liar of anybody in TV, and for her to say Drew. I don't know what's happening on this show, but I do like Drew. That's all I'm gonna say. So, Phaedra didn't want to play with us anymore because she could not be the leader, and we would call her out on her bullshit. That's what I think.
know what I'm saying? And keep watching. Keep watching because it's going to reveal itself. And even when it does it, if they play it.
Oh, good. We can hear it. Excellent.
Why she don't want to fuck with us no more. He's going to say it. He's going to say it. So, yeah, she's been acting funny with us before the Met Gala. She had an attitude, but I'm going to put that attitude on. She was tired. She was doing other stuff. Like they say, she did fly to LA for her award ceremony when we were joking about it. That's true tea. And kudos to her. It's a big deal.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Y'all remember? Was Dr. Greg jealousy?
Oh, damn it. Where'd it go? Oh, I wanted us to... We're going to stick on Phaedra for a second. Let me get that back up for us. Sorry, you guys. Oh, here it is.
She come to this reunion, bitch, you better call Cadillac Kim, bitch, and get a read for you, because I'm coming for your ass. Do not lie.
I keep doing the same shit? No way.
Dr. G is so... But if she come to this reunion, bitch, you better call Cadillac to read for you, because I'm coming for your ass. Do not lie on me, Phaedra. I do not like that shit. I would not have done that. I wouldn't have done it. I would have done it to you or anybody else. Me and Phaedra was not in a bad place. We were not. I was cool with Phaedra. Until then, but you're not going to put all that on me. That was her scheme. Now, I can't say who was right or wrong. She was probably doing the same shit Quad was doing. Maybe get my lick. But if she comes to this reunion, bitch, you better call Cadillac Kim, bitch, and get a read for you, because I'm coming for your ass. Do not lie on me, Phaedra. I do not like that shit. I would not have done that. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it to you or anybody else. Me and Phaedra was not in a bad place. We were not. I was cool with Phaedra. Until then, but you're not going to put all that on me. That was her scheme. Now, I can't say who was right or wrong. She was probably doing the same shit Quad was doing. Maybe get my lick. But if she comes to this reunion, bitch, you better call Cadillac Kim, bitch, and get a read for you, because I'm coming for your ass. Do not lie.
You guys think that had anything to do with why Phaedra didn't show up? I'm positive Phaedra heeded the words of Dr. Heavenly. I'm telling you, two Scorpios. Have you ever seen two Scorpios fight? You know Dr. Heavenly and Phaedra are both Scorpios, right? Yep. And Dr. Heavenly isn't a lying Scorpio. There are all different types of people and all different types of signs, right? From what I know about astrology, I'm married to a Scorpio man. And he's October Scorpio man, which is different than a November Scorpio man and different than an October Scorpio woman. And so I would love, when is Phaedra's birthday? Let me see. When is Phaedra's birthday? Because they are like different types of, one is a shadow side and one is a light side Scorpio. Like shadow sides to me is like when you're lying and finagling still, and shadow side, your dark side. And your light side is when you tell the truth and you're working on yourself and you're trying to be better. I feel like Dr. Heavenly, and this isn't even just because I'm a boopy, but part of the reason I really and truly love Dr. Heavenly is because I feel like she's always been her authentic, truth-telling self. And I feel like people are upset with her telling the truth because they feel like she should consider their feelings when the truth is being told. When I feel like and believe in my own life that there are no feelings to consider when the truth is being told. It's the fucking truth. Why do I have to consider your feelings? If we're dealing in the truth, that's the only thing that matters. Why do I need to also consider your feelings if what I said is true? You see what I'm saying? That's just how I deal. And I'm willing to accept that in my life, in my relationships. But what I don't tolerate is bull-faced fucking liars. That's what I don't tolerate. And Dr. Heavenly is not a liar. People want to try to act like she's a liar compared to Phaedra of all people. They're like, oh, she's just jealous of Phaedra. She lied and said Phaedra didn't pay the money. You guys aren't paying attention. You guys aren't looking. There was a question asked in real time in February 2025. Did Phaedra pay the money? As of that episode, number 8 when it aired, had she paid the money that night when she wrote the $100,000 calligraphy check that got her through college writing calligraphy, right? So the question was, did Phaedra write the check that night? The answer is no, people. I don't care how many times you try to make Dr. Heavenly wrong for saying no. The truth is, no, that bitch didn't write a check that night. The truth is that she finally wrote a check after Dr. Jackie covered it for her. That's why when she finally wrote the check, it was to the it wasn't to Fakira. It was to the that pink thing, Shades of Pink, 50 Shades of Pink. Because she was paying Jackie back for covering what she said she was going to pay. And then for all the weirdos that are talking about that a person should promise to pay $100,000, and then because the other people get involved and get nervous that it doesn't look like you're coming up with the $100,000 you promised, that they somehow need to pay the $100,000. Is that what we're doing these days? So you guys in your real life are just walking around, going to your friend's house that say they want to stay at Motel 6, and you say, no, let's stay at the Hilton, I'll cover it. And then you guys check in the Hilton, and when it's time to check out, you're like, oh, yeah, can you cover that? And they're like, well, we only had Motel 6 money. You're the one that got us over here at the Hilton talking about you was going to pay. Oh, yeah. Well, it just seemed like you guys wanted to switch the rooms around. And since you want to, switch the rooms around, I figured you want to pay for it too. No, bitch. Those are two separate things. But that just goes to show Phaedra's character. That you would up the bid and then not perform. And then when somebody else comes in to help you fulfill what you said you was going to do, you get your panties in a bunch and now they're bitches and Dr. Jackie's just trying to save her career and Dr. Heavenly's the devil. Really, bitch? I'm so glad she's off this show. I am so glad she is off this show. Lord have mercy. Ooh. You know how Dr. Jackie said that Toya was a woman who lacked substance? I feel like Phaedra is actually that type of woman. She lacks substance. It's all superficial. It's all looks. It's filters. It's wigs. It's makeup. It's glam. It's a glamour. It's a glamour spell. But what is she really doing? What is she really doing? Let's listen again to why I feel like Phaedra didn't show up at the reunion.
I do not like that shit. I would not have done that. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it to you or anybody else. Me and Phaedra was not in a bad place. We were not. I was cool with Phaedra. Until then, but you're not going to put all that on me. That was her scheme. I can't say who was right or wrong. She was probably doing the same shit Quad was doing. They didn't get my lick. But if she comes to this reunion, bitch, you better call Cadillac Kim, bitch, and get a read for you. Because I'm coming for your ass. Do not lie on me, Phaedra. I do not like that shit. I would not have done that. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it to you or anybody else. Me and Phaedra was not in a bad place. We were not. I was cool with Phaedra. Until then, but you're not going to put all that on me. That was her scheme. Now, I can't say who was right or wrong. She was probably doing the same shit Quad was doing. They didn't get my lick. But if she comes to this reunion, bitch, you better call Cadillac Kim, bitch, and get a read for you. Because I'm coming for your ass. Do not lie on me, Phaedra. I do not like that shit. I would not have done that. I wouldn't have done it.
I would say that Phaedra got the message. Phaedra got the message. And for all the people that think Phaedra's the queen of reads, she was like, ooh, there's not even enough time to rehearse. I would have to memorize too much. Because Dr. Heavenly comes quick. Dr. Heavenly comes quick and fast with the wit and the repartee back. This unmatched. You better go, you better get Cadillac Kim to put an earbud in your shit and be in the back in the green room and be able to have a two-way microphone so she can hear what the hell how I'm reading you down, so that you can in time try to read me back. And Cadillac Kim was like, oh, I'm not available. And then Phaedra was a no-show and left Sweet and Tea high and dry. High and dry. Can we talk about the damn seating chart? Who else is very upset with the seating chart for Married to Medicine? I mean, it's been this way all the time, but they can stop already. They can stop already with putting the two boringest people right next to Andy. Now, I love Jackie, and I love Simone. But they don't usually give a lot. It's okay if they sit at the end. That's usually where you put book stands, is at the end. You put the strength at the end. I think they have it really off balance. You need to put the chaos in the center and the strength at the end. So that means Simone should have been on end of team left couch, and Jackie should have been at the end of team right couch. Why are you always sitting first chair? You don't even. What did you do? What did you do? And then they're like, oh, well, it's because the medicine is, they're the medicine of Married to Medicine. Well, Dr. Heavenly's a real fucking doctor. So if anything, it should go doctor, rest of the people. But no, it goes doctor, rest of the people, doctor. So Heavenly and Contessa is on the end again. That doesn't make any sense. If you're putting medicine next to Andy, then keep medicine next to Andy. And even Contessa should sit closer to Andy than Sweet and Sour and Quad. Quad should be at the end. Sweet and Sour should be at the end. A doctor, Andy. Doctor, Andy. Wives on the end. That's what you should do. Or do it the way we get it over on the Real Housewives franchise, where the people who have the most tongues wagging off screen, the people who had the water coolers burning during the week. Everybody was talking about Dr. Heavenly for 9 episodes, and she's at the fucking end of the couch. Were we talking about Dr. Jackie? Maybe one episode when Phaedra brought it up and tried to throw her under the bus. Were we talking about Simone? Not even when she did the Whitnick. Those ladies can go to the end of the couch. Heavenly carries the show on her fucking back. And they reward her with allowing her to be presented as a villain, and a messy ass villain sitting at the end of the couch. But the only reason so many people watch this show is because Dr. Heavenly be carrying the shit on her back. Somebody put it in the chat, a season that the other people carried the show. And even when it was brought up, Dr. Heavenly interjected to the point where it made it interesting and entertaining. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it. It's a high-key disrespect. Plus, they haven't had an international trip. You're sitting here with Black excellence, professionals, actual working people who make true difference, life and death decisions in people's lives and help the world, and you send those bitches to Florida every chance you get. But the Real Housewives of Alcon burn victims gets to go to Italy, Amsterdam. Really? The Real Housewives of I'll Steal All Your Coke in Miami, they get to go to freaking Africa. You know what I'm saying? But women who are really, 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 really doing this shit get domestic flights. Really? Bravo? Pop? Truly? Whoever the fuck's making decisions. They don't do any marketing for the best show on Bravo. They don't even get new lead-ins for the best show on Bravo. I feel, and that's part of what Nene Leak's suit said, was that melanated casts get treated different than other casts within the Bravo family. She said that in her suit, but you guys are so concerned with the Black woman speaking up for herself that you're negating the message and the pattern power of what the fuck she said, which is the difference in treatment. How is the best show on Bravo relegated to the Florida Keys? How is the best show on Bravo have a seating chart for a reunion that doesn't make any sense? And I don't even think Andy watches Married to Medicine. I don't think he watches that shit. I think Andy watches New York, Beverly Hills, maybe Salt Lake City. I don't even think that he indulges this cast. I don't think that he's necessarily the right person for the reunion either. He never really seems to land the plane with the ladies. The ladies land their own plane. They're so fucking excellent. I'm glad Phaedra didn't show up because she was just gonna have 3 opportunities to spin and lie, because I bet they get a 3-part reunion. She was gonna have 3 opportunities to spin and lie and stonewall and give nothing, and then take up all the room in the center of the photo like she's everything. Did you notice that about Phaedra? She loves positioning herself like she's like the most important. But she didn't show up because of this. Watch.
I wouldn't have done it to you or anybody else. Me and Phaedra was not in a bad place. We were not. I was cool with Phaedra until then. But you're not going to put all that on me. That was her scheme. Now, I can't say who right or wrong. She was probably doing the same shit Quad was doing. They didn't get my lick. Bitch, she come to this reunion, bitch, you better call Cadillac Kim, bitch, and get a read for you, because I'm coming for your ass. Do not lie on me, Phaedra. I do not like that shit. I would not have done that. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it to you or anybody else. Me and Phaedra was not in a bad place. We were not. I was cool with Phaedra until then. But you're not going to put all that on me. That was her scheme. Now, I can't say who right or wrong.
I think that's exactly why Phaedra didn't show. It's not because she's busy over at Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let Candy say it. She was only in 2 episodes. She filmed 5 times and is acting like she saved the Titanic. She came late and left early, just like Phaedra. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's see. So some more comments came in. We have, yeah, I'm like, bitch, I can't, right? Allie from Miami, she have to. The fans are already saying how boring she is over here. So if she goes to Real Housewives of Atlanta and don't do nothing, Phaedra is over with. Yes, those ladies of Real Housewife better make Phaedra work for that check. I agree, Allie. And Bianca. Yes, Virgo's crying. I'm guessing it's because Simone and Jackie have been there since season 1. Technically, so has Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly was present and accounted for in season 1, but she wasn't like doing the film because I think her BBL was settling or something. I don't know. Exactly. Who are you? You didn't do shit. Exactly, Krista. Dr. Jackie and Simone didn't give much in seasons. Yep. They're not even giving medicine. Contessa is a friend of. That's why she's at the end. And that, I mean, if that's our logic, I get that, just simply. Thanks for being here. But if that's the logic, then why is Dr. Heavenly at the end? I feel like Dr. Heavenly should be ahead of Quad. Nine episodes of Dr. Heavenly serving it, and now we're going to get 5 episodes of Quad carrying it home. That's still Dr. Heavenly worked harder than Quad, to me. They don't do anything but bone structure and big teeth, right? Happy Saturday, everybody. We saw Jackie bring Simone and Heavenly to meet Kamala at the White House. We did. That was a cute little scene, but that was like 1 episode, right? But I mean, it's been 9 episodes of Dr. Heavenly in it or being mentioned because of the alliance. Heavenly explained on the other content creator channel that it would be hard to travel internationally, especially the doctors of the show. You know what? And Glitter Girl had the same comment. Look, if you can be in Florida Keys for 3 days, you can, and plus they do go out of town as soon as the season is over. So if you were going to get a free cast trip to someplace abroad, I and the ladies had enough notice, I bet something could get worked out. I mean, have they even tried? And I don't need Dr. Heavenly making excuses for why they get the short end of the stick. Actually, Dr. Heavenly, you're going to have to stop that because you work way too hard on this show. Hazeline, thanks for coming through. The fourth person in the car, Allie from Miami. There was a fourth person. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think the placement really matters. Everyone knows Heavenly has made the show trend. Glitter Girl, okay, I'm with you, but I also want her to get her props. I mean, you keep putting her at the end of the couch. That's what has bitches like Phaedra thinking they can come on here and treat her any kind of way and get away with it. Give her the respect she's due. At least get her a back brace carrying the show like that. You're right, though. You're right. Placement doesn't matter. We know what happened. It did not show the reunion. She's just classless, right? Yeah, that's such a dick move. How are you gonna cause so much? She left so have you guys ever seen that series, Little Fires Everywhere or something like that? She left so many, she's a pyromaniac. She went around setting fire everywhere, tried to have the band broken up, went to HR, tried to have Quad kicked off, headed the charge, and then formed an alliance against Heavenly and Quad and Jackie, and doesn't even fuck with Simone anymore, all because what? They know she didn't pay the check when she said it's she's just foul. She's foul. I can't. I'm so glad we don't have to endure her on the best show on Bravo anymore. So between 23 and 25, Phaedra will be on 3 different reality shows. Yes. Yes. We need to know where the bodies are buried. How is Phaedra, who loves to burn bridges, as Allie from Miami just pointed out, how is she lying on other cast members about felonies that include being drugged and sexually assaulted, lying about getting conjugal visit impregnated, kicked off a show, benched, begs to get on other shows, actively works against other Black women constantly. It's been a thing since Candy, because I forgot to tell you guys this time for the people who weren't in the house last time. When Phaedra got onto Real Housewives of Dubai and called Real Housewives of Atlantic the Titanic, after she appeared on that show, by the time she got to Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trip, somebody had asked her Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip and then BravoCon. She got to show up at BravoCon. Somebody asked her who the least housewives were, and Phaedra said the ones in Dubai. The same ones who sat down at lunch with, who she asked to help her get on the show. Those same ones were the least interesting housewives ever in history. Yeah, you see how she just like uses Black women, and then as soon as they have something over her, I feel, as soon as they've helped her, she repays them by throwing them under a bus. She finds a big ass Mack truck or a bus, jumps in, and drives it over that person. Her and Candy were fine. Her and Portia were fine. She was trying to do 2 birds with 1 stone with that grape allegation, right? Because that hurt Portia too. It didn't only hurt Candy, her other best friend. It hurt Frick and it hurt Candy, her 2 best friends. So the pattern has been established about Phaedra's debauchery towards other Black women specifically since she's been in our face. And now we can see an established pattern. She turned on Portia. She turned on Candy. She calls Chanel Ayan and Caroline Brooks. She turns on Chanel Ayan. She turns on Caroline Brooks. She calls Quad. She turns on Quad. Her and Heavenly end up carrying out the rest of the season last season. She does Reiki with Dr. Heavenly, and they're best friends. And then she turns on Dr. Heavenly. Her and Dr. Jackie were fine. And then she turned on Dr. Jackie. I'm telling you, I'm noticing proof timelines and receipts, and it's none of it is coming up roses with Phaedra Parks involved. I'm sorry. I'm glad she didn't show to the best show on Bravo and ruin it, because she didn't have anything to add during the season. Nothing added, nothing gained, and nothing to talk about. Plus, she got this warning.
I'm probably doing the same shit Quad was doing. They didn't get my lick. But if she comes to this reunion, bitch, you better call Cadillac Kim, bitch, and get a read for you, because I'm coming for your ass. Do not lie on me, Phaedra. I do not like that shit. I would not have done that. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it to you or anybody else. Me and Phaedra was not in a bad place. We were not. I was cool with Phaedra. Until then, but you're not going to put all that on me. That was her scheme. Now, I can't say who was right or wrong. She was probably doing the same shit Quad was doing. They didn't get my lick. But if she comes to this reunion, bitch, you better call.
Look, she did her finger like, come over here. Okay, let's see. There was another one I want to show us. Let's see. Oh, did I go too far? Okay, so that's enough about Phaedra. But now you know who I'm really concerned about is Sweet and Sour, because Sweet and Sour really thought she had a friend in Phaedra. She really thought that she was going to have somebody of Phaedra's caliber back her up and help her out. And I think that Simone should have wore this dress to the Med Gala instead of that freaking Miss Mary Mac dress. Because this is from when they were practicing for the Med Gala last June 2024. And Simone has a great shape and everything, but she can't dress. But I think this dress would have looked a lot better at the Med Gala. She came looking like Miss Mary Tuffet, had a muffet, eating her curds and whey. And she could have wore this dress. No, but she did the shoes wrong. She should have. I don't know. Do you? No, gold and silver and black. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out. And then now let's get on Sweet Tea, because Sweet Tea was not going to show at the reunion, but did show at the reunion. And now that she's at the reunion, I'm like, I wonder how she did. And anybody who's not blocked, can you see if she posted anything? Is she okay? Is she okay? Let's see. Where should I go? Let's see. So this week, Sweet Tea's been making, she did this live on Monday. Today is Saturday. She did this live. I saw it on her page on Monday. And she was talking this.
When I didn't know her. No, she wanted me to go to war with Grady's ex when I didn't know her. I was like, I don't understand why, because I don't know her. Why would I be upset? There's no reason to be upset, and there's no beef. And it's just strange, having these people, trying to get me on the show and come together and hey and open the door and with open arms to welcome me, and then all of a sudden just flip a switch randomly, like.
Girl is so unself-aware. Is it randomly? Is it randomly, or is it that You were trash talking. They were trash talking. They did it better. You went home crying, and now you feel attacked. Even though every Monday, no, every Sunday at 6:58 for 9 episodes, pretty much, she was dropping videos on YouTube talking a gang of shit about the ladies in real time, and not not being like, oh, that happened then, and we're cool now and we're trying to work on stuff. No, it was all in real time. These bitches are old. These bitches don't know nothing. I'm a millennial. I'm new. They're old. We got real job. Everything she says is a dig, underhanded. But then she gets mad that people do underhanded digs. I don't know. It's just the level of maturity that's lacking. And I've said in every review I've done of the girl, unfortunately, that she needs to pick one. You can't be the villain and a victim. Like, you can't talk a gang of shit and then cry when shit gets talked back to you and act like you're a victim. You can't. And I don't know if she's been watching my videos, because this week she goes and says that Quad is a professional victim. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 But let's listen to some more of the crazy talk as to why is she alienated from these women. Not only did you try to get one kicked off, that made them all even join together with the one they seemed to try to get kicked off last year, Quad, and to the point where they were like, if you're trying to get her kicked off, you're going to try to get me kicked off next. So we're going to be sticking together, and fuck you, T. Fuck you, Phaedra. Fuck you, Contessa. Yep, we're going to stick together. We've been here for 11 years together, and we'll be here for 11 more before we let a bitch like you come in and break us up. Okay? She's like, why would they invite me and then drop me? Because you got in and immediately started showing your ass. There was zero gratefulness coming off this lady last year. Zero gratefulness. Reality Diamonds in the house. Thanks for coming through. Snaky Simone is ready for an event. Yep. Acting like the fan she is, right? Yep. Yup. It's too much. But listen to this BS. It's just all, oh, poor me, poor me. Like, she hasn't been sitting every Sunday on YouTube, on Beyonce's internet, talking a gang of shit about these ladies, their spouses, their businesses. And now she's like, I don't know why. And then there's a point where she starts rocking like she's an old lady in church, and she's doing a lot of self-soothing. I'm like, I don't really know what's going on with her, but I don't think this is the environment for her well-being at this point. It doesn't seem like she's handling it very well.
So they could make more money for another season. They got more money off your back.
Yeah, they got more money. They did get more money for that, I think.
And whoever this freaking interviewer is who does her YouTubes is obsessed with Heavenly also. Oh my gosh. And just has her sounding crazy stupid. She's like, oh, so they made more money off you. Those bitches were already making money, sweet tea. They were already going to make the same amount of money per episode with or without you, sweet tea. It's just so grandeur, delusions of grandeur. No wonder her and Phaedra ended up in an alliance this season, because it's just these delusions of grandeur, like you're just way bigger and fancier than you really are.
That is just they wanted to use it. So it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's very disappointing, because these are people that I've had at my house. I've never seen.
And Quad's kitchen is looking really basic, isn't it?
Some people, many desperate people, with jobs, careers, professions, like being doctors, that desperate for a story. So everybody wants that. Am I going to the reunion? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I still gotta talk it over with Gregory and how we're gonna.
And so if she didn't really know if she was going to be going to the reunion, do you think that that's because her and Phaedra had talked, and Phaedra was like, well, I don't know if I'm going, girl. And then she's like, well, I don't know if I'm going too. And then she remembered that if she wants to come back next season, she needs to fulfill her contract. yeah, she's going to need to fulfill all the terms of her contract, you know, because Phaedra's on to bigger, greener pastures, which I still feel she should get penalized heavily for not fulfilling her contract on Married to Medicine after she caused so much ruckus. Because now she has these professional ladies out here defending themselves to the air instead of telling the bitch who's been lying on them to her face. And I feel like it has more weight when you tell a bitch to her face who's been lying on you that she's a lying ass bitch. I feel like that would have done good for Phaedra's healing journey to get a good "you're a lying ass bitch" to your face from somebody on a TV show and have to sit there and take it. Forget that. That is just dastardly. I'm just like, but I already knew she wasn't going to come. Phaedra's nothing. Phaedra is a coward, a lying coward who let the father of her children serve time in jail for something she was party to, allegedly, and still acts like she's better than him. It's so weird. I would be so grateful if my husband went to jail for me for some bullshit that I was in on. I would not be treating him like shit. I wouldn't be portraying him on TV as nothing but an awesome man who literally went and did time for me. You know what I'm saying? And then her and these rent men. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. Let's get to some of these comments. Let's see. Okay, let's go up here. Somebody's feeling better. Lady Virgo, I'm glad you're feeling better. Krista Marie's like, if you not going to the freaking reunion is like not paying your bill. Pay your damn bills. PhaePhae had to make sure it was a tax write-off. She loves to burn bridges. Not paying for Aaron's Uber bill. And Phaedra isn't paying people back. Yeah, well, so Phaedra, they did a charity event in like episodes 5 through 8. They did a charity event. And accumulated with Phaedra suggesting that instead of try to raise 25, they try to raise 100,000. And then she dropped the ball, and then she didn't raise the 100,000. And then they asked her about it. They were like, "That's a lot of money to cover, Phaedra. Are you sure you got it?" And she's like, oh yeah, I got it. We in different tax brackets. Remember, she was all like that. Well, the check that was written for Cure for Moms was written in June. Let's say June 8th in 2024 at the Met Gala. And then they gave that big ass 5-foot check, right? Well, that was supposed to be symbolic of the check behind the scenes that he was supposed to immediately be able to take in cash for the same $100,000. But you can't hold up a little ass regular check at a gala. That's no fun. So they did it on a big ass check and presented it. Well, the man who bought Phaedra for $4,000 wanted his money back that night. And then the other $46,000 Phaedra had to come up with, but she ultimately paid Dr. Jackie back. Dr. Jackie covered the $100,000 check without Phaedra's portion. And then Phaedra released what she alleges is proof of payment, but her checks were dated a month later in July. Okay? A month later. It was donate. It wasn't supposed to be a pledge. It was supposed to be immediate donation. You know? Like it was an auction. And you were supposed to, if you did an auction, you paid for it right then. The only person that did not pay that night was Phaedra and the man who paid the $4,000 for him because he wanted his money back. Jackie covered the check. Phaedra paid Jackie back. In the memo line of the check that Phaedra wrote, it says to 50 Shades of Pink because she was paying Jackie back, you guys. So she did not pay what she pledged to pay for an entire month. And not until the other ladies tried to help make up some more money. They were still working behind the scenes to try to raise additional money. So she didn't even have to cover the whole $50,000. But she ended up writing the check right before they finished filming. All to save face.
Show up, if we're gonna show up. I really don't know. I really don't know. Because what is it? You guys have a pack. You've created this band against me for whatever reason, and nobody wants to be real. And we're just trying to make sense of, while you guys are acting, I'm being real, and this season is not making sense. I'm just being honest with you. It doesn't. Everybody has to keep in mind that Gregory has always had a friendship, an open line of communication with the men. Golf trips they go on and everything. So it was very natural for me to meet his.
And I'm glad Sweet Tea's spoken on this. Every time she's bringing it up, I'm bringing it up. And she just confirmed she's been hanging around G for 5 years and around Toya, Simone, Toya and Simone specifically for 5 years. And I think even Curtis. And they've been going on golf trips, been hanging out. So they've been supporting Dr. G's abusive ass since season 6, when they found out that Quad got dragged around the house by Dr. G's high-pitched voice. Okay? They've been actively entertaining in a physical, emotional abuser, these men. And I must say that I don't think he was going over to Dr. Heavenly's house, but they were definitely hanging out with Toya and Simone. So for Toya and Simone specifically to gaslight not only the audience, but also gaslight Quad and say, oh, why haven't you been hanging out with us? You don't even hang out with us off season. We don't even talk. No, bitch, because you entertaining the abuser. I sat on national TV and I told you guys this motherfucker dragged me around the house. I told you guys how he used to fucking treat me. I was in an abusive relationship and you bitches are pouring in Moscow mules and your husbands are entertaining him. But it also speaks volumes. It's like, how can, sorry, I'm working myself up. How can Quad and Cecil be okay when Cecil in particular has been pouring Moscow mules for Dr. G and Sweet Tea? And we heard Cecil say that Dr. G got an upgrade with Sweet Tea or something. Maybe Quad missed that because he's talking shit about you, girl. And he's been entertaining your abusive ex. But you and him are closer than you and Simone. I don't know. I'm starting to have more questions than answers about why can't you not hang around Simone and Toya except for their bitches. And they really are the real mean girls of Married to Medicine. Simone and Toya are the real mean girls of Married to Medicine. And yeah. So I wouldn't really want to hang out with those hoes either. But especially if your husbands are entertaining my man and you could be inviting me over for some wine and my ex might pop up with his new wife. It's for a Moscow mule, but I'm supposed to be kicking it with you. Zelene, when a man's response to hitting a woman is, oh, we hit each other, that's not an adequate response to me. Didn't they abuse each other? Look, I am not subscribing to that, Zelene. I love you, but I'm not subscribing to that. When a black woman says, I was abused, and the nigga says, oh, well, you pushed me too. Shit, yeah, I was pushing you off me, fool. How about that? How about violence begets violence? And if I've been around your violent ass for 5 years, and then I might have picked up on some of that too. The bottom line is you're still a man and you need to keep your testosterone filled hands off me. Although the amount of testosterone in Dr. G's hands might be questionable, you need to keep those high pitch ass voice hands away from me. Okay? Didn't they abuse each other? Oh no, we can't hear me? Shit. Is my thing tripping? Hello? Oh no, we can't hear me? Shit. Is my thing tripping? I can hear me, Bianca. Oh, good. Yeah, it's been going in and out. I don't know. Mercury's not going retrograde until March, for the first time in 2025. But I've been feeling like my computer's spinning, my phone is buffering, my apps are just taking longer to load. Like a lot of cyberly pauses are happening in our ADD world of now, give it to me now. You can't get a bitch used to shit at my fingertips, and now I gotta go get it all the way down in my toe. Like that's too long. I want it at my fingertips some more. Like you can't get me used to 0 to 60 in 3 seconds flat, and then put me in a diesel. You know what I'm saying? They need to do something about the intranet. But I'm hearing that actually what could be causing a lot of these slowages in these time constraints in our cyberspace is the amount of AI, which is also taking up a lot of our energy grid. It's kind of like having to mine for Bitcoin. It takes a lot of energy to support all of the AI things going on right now. So yeah, let's see. So I just wanted to acknowledge that Sweet Tea saying that let them say it, they weren't even her friends. But if you're entertaining my abuser and acting like I was a problem for leaving him, and so I'm not married to medicine anymore, so I can't come on your little fucking trip because I'm not married to my abuser who happened to be a fucking doctor on your show. And now you're going to look at me cross-eyed, Toya. You're going to look at me cross-eyed, Simone. That's not very friendly. I'm telling you, those two are the real mean girls of Married to Medicine. They just pretend like it's Dr. Heavenly, but it's definitely Simone and Toya. Definitely. Let's get back at some of these comments. Let's see. Where were we? Where were we? Okay. Reality Diamond is here. Thank you guys for being here. Thirsty. I like that one. Reality Diamond spelled thirsty with TEA at the end. I like that. Has to be the most delusional person on the show. Exactly, right? I guess we'll not see her read the hell out of Phaedra. Yep, no, we won't get to see that. She won't get to raise the HE double hockey sticks out of Phaedra because Phaedra was a coward and did not show. Phaedra was a no-show coward. That's very cowardly. Talk to all that shit, Phaedra. You sold all those wolf tickets, bitch, and none of them are good? Not one of your wolf tickets is good, Phaedra? The queen of reeds? Not one of your wolf tickets is good, Phaedra? You don't have anything to say, Phaedra? Nothing to add, Phaedra? Nothing to talk about, girl? We were not going to get a peep? Really? So can we get a refund on these wolf tickets that we bought? Because a lot of people was buying your wolf tickets and think you the bee's knees, girl. Nope, they can't get a refund either. They bought it. Their problem. Oh, I see. See, that's the problem. When you guys put all of your faith in smirks and fabulous wigs, you end up with a wolf ticket that you can't even get a refund on. Courtesy of Fraudra. Oh, look, Zelene. We have all seen Kyle Richards packing. Yes, good riches, IDO, sayonara, Kyle Richards. She literally looks beat down. She does, Kellyanne. Thanks for being here. She looks so, and the way she was rocking and she looked nervous. And then also in this video, did you guys see this video? That she's making excuses for Dr. G poking her with that board and cussing her out in front of all of his friends. That's why she looks like this. This is what abused women look like after they make excuses for getting their black eye. She's like, "Well, my eye was in his way. If my head hadn't been there when he swung it, I wouldn't have this black eye." Yeah, I wouldn't have had it. I should have moved my head faster because he said he was having a bad day at work. Kellyanne says she literally looks beat down. Reality Diamond, we all have seen Kyle. I have to disagree with you, largest. She definitely doesn't know how to read. It was me. Yeah, I would show up and like Candace, deuces, focus on my fertility journal. Exactly. I think Dr. G in her suspense was like gaslighting her. Yes. Yes. I don't think because Dr. G in this apology doesn't even really acknowledge his part. He's still making it her fault. And then what we're going to see in tomorrow's episode is the morning after he poked her with the 2x board that he wrote he has 2 times a week sex on. And he was poking her with that board, remember? And yelling at her, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. And she excuses it all away. And this is what you look like. Don't do this, women. T was almost silent after that. Yep. Cussed her out. Yep. Speaking on these lines of bitches at Blake Lively. Psychos ever heard? Yes. Oh my God. Well, look, I feel like Phaedra is Amber Heard, Blake Lively type deception. Okay. That's the type of lies we're dealing with Phaedra Parks. Blake Lively, Amber Heard type deception going on with her. Okay. You need to just go like seize away the platforms again. Yeah, you can't. I don't think that she should have. And I feel like new rule also for 2025. New rule, first indication that somebody needs to be on meds or is off their meds on these reality shows, they need to get cut. Just let them out their contract politely, pay them some type of mental health severance pay, and let them politely go off into obscurity because now this is 2 seasons of poor Sweet Tea getting to blame this show for her fertility issues when she should have been at home with her legs up getting plowed so she could insert baby here. But no, now Dr. G can't even get it up. Smiling Aaron, thanks for being here. Yeah, she's a lawyer. What a disappointment. She's gonna have to live with Sherry. She by Sheree, yep. Please remember to smash the buttons. Yeah, Dr. G is a psychiatrist. I think Dr. G and Dr. Mimi are both psychiatrists because I think they said that Dr. Mimi is the first female psychiatrist they have on the show. So I think Dr. G might be a psychiatrist, but he's a mentally abusive person, I believe. I believe he does mental acrobats with Sweet Tea, and she's buying it hook, line, and sinker. Tropical Punch Kool-Aid. Happy Saturday. Thanks for coming over here. I'm thinking Dr. G has the issue, not T. But I'm thinking, they might have ended up together because they share that trait, right? So they both take no accountability. It's all everything is Quad's fault. It's all Dr. Quad and Dr. Heavenly's fault. And there's nothing to see here. They have real jobs. Dr. G and Sweet Tea have real jobs. The other ladies don't have real jobs. She's always making these little comments of like comparison, but oh, and they don't need the money. Let Sweet Tea tell it. Her and Dr. G don't need the money. So he's only working 3 jobs because he loves helping people. And she's only working at the government job and helping him in the office because they love helping people, not because they need the money. Whereas all the other ladies only have one medical practice. You know what I mean? I don't know. She says and does things where she like puts them up here and the rest of the ladies have to do this and they need this platform and they have, you know what I'm saying? And that's not the case. It's reverse, sweetie. Oh man. So last week we didn't have an episode. We didn't miss anything. The Super Bowl happened last week. So we didn't miss anything, Tropical Punch Kool-Aid. Yeah, it was Super Bowl Sunday. So we have to wait till tomorrow to see Dr. G not apologize and blame Sweet and Sour. And then we're going to see Dr. G go out and we're going to see him jump up and lunge at King. And then we're going to see King chase Dr. G down a beach in Florida, where, and I'm thinking this should all be stand your ground self-defense if there was any type of assault, because we are going to see Dr. G jump up and be like, what's your problem? Remember? Mm-hmm. But now they're trying to spin it like King assaulted out of the blue, just assaulted Dr. G's high-pitched ass voice while he was sitting around cussing out women all night. And Cecil had to stand in between them. Okay, so we just had episode 11, season 11, and we get 15 episodes. No, we just had episode 10. And we're going to get 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have 5 episodes left, and then we're probably going to get a 3-episode reunion. So yeah, we're going to be seeing season 11, episode 11 tomorrow. And it's going to be the aftermath of Dr. G losing his shit, cussing out 2 Black women on a show about Black women being excellent. And then another thing, why is Bravo I'm telling you guys, a lot of this has to do with Bravo. Okay, I started this off by saying Bravo loves a con, and that's why they love Phaedra and are willing to give her 5 more chances instead of letting Nene Leakes come back from the freaking outlands, from the borderlands, because they obscured her to over there. I couldn't think of the word just there. Because she sued for exactly what the fuck we see is going on. Hostile work environments, all that stuff. Favorites, all that stuff. Racist tendencies being fostered, all that stuff. You know? And I feel like Bravo allowing Dr. G in particular to come back on this show, knowing that after season 6, where they were told that he was an abuser by Quad, right? And he didn't say he didn't do it. He just said, you hit me too. Well, yeah, I'm going to hit you back. You hit me too many times. I'm going to hit you back, sir. Right? So for Bravo to give Dr. G a platform to come respin a story, and now we have Quad looking crazy. Like Quad was just sitting there talking out the side of her neck to Dr. G for no fucking reason. And then telling even Dr. Heavenly that she can't remind us about the specific things that were mentioned in season 6 reunion. I can mention it when Quad said that she was abused physically, mentally, and emotionally by Dr. G, where he dragged her, he pulled her, he held her against her will, all kind of shit Dr. G was doing. And Bravo knows this from the person that it happened to, and they still asked him back. Bravo knows that James Kennedy on Vanderpump Rules fought Kristen, spit at Kristen, that's abuse. Punched Kristen, that's abuse. Mushed Rachel Leva's face, that's abuse. And now he pushed Allie to the ground, and he still gets entertained at Bravo. Yeah. He was about to be on a spinoff too. Lala Kent on Bravo pulled a knife and put it to a Black woman's throat and threatened to cut a bitch. And she got on a spinoff, you guys. But they won't talk to Nene Leakes. Phaedra Parks lied about grape and drugs. She gotten 5 shows since then. But they haven't talked to Nene Leakes that we know of. Well, Michelle Atielian did report that there was a settlement, but she's still not working like the rest of these liars and cons. I don't think he was strong enough to drag anyone. I don't know. And that's us doubting. So you're doubting what Quad said she endured. Are you doubting what Quad said she endured? Or are you being cheeky? I would really like to know, because you made several comments so far, Celine, that make me kind of feel like you're choosing not to believe what Quad said happened, which is what Quad, I feel, is feeling from the women in the group. Like, she says, I was abused. All the bitches turn their back on her. And then the people from Sister Circle listen to her cry about it. And then they were mad that she found somebody to listen to her cry. And they were mad that she said, oh, I have some real friends right here. It's just weird. Let's see these comments. Yeah, if you're enjoying this, my Cash App is Cash LRGA Curves. We love Cash. Money loves me. I love you guys. You think Dr. G has the issue? Yeah, I missed last week. Let's see, Tropical Punch, Suba, Phaedra can go, and Sweet Tea, right? She can go too. You like tea, but if my husband cursed me out like that on TV, you be gone, right? Me and you both, Celine. We wouldn't have been cursing each other out because, husband, who the fuck you think you're going to be talking to like that in front of these people on cameras? Not I, sir. That's what I'm saying, Bianca. The first jab with that 2 times board, I would have snatched that shit from him and threw it over there. Who the fuck you poking with this shit? You poking something, sir? All that poking, all the talk of 15 times makes you want to poke me 15 times? Bitch. Mm-mm. Sweet Tea will find out about her husband. Yup. She gonna find out. I don't know. I feel like if Quad says she was dragged, and go back, you guys go back and look at it. It's a little 6-minute episode. It's available on Bravo. You go type in season 6 Quad Reuinion, and you should come up with a little 6-minute video of her and Dr. G sit down where she says everything that was done to her. And he did not say, no, I did not drag you. Sweet Tea will find out. Yep. I'm not doubting her, to be honest.
They're on their way right now.
He looks like a nerd.
They're on their way right now.
Awesome. Awesome.
He just picked up John.
Okie dokie. And it's not raining, right?
Nope. And it doesn't say it's gonna rain.
Okay, this is exciting stuff. Yep, partly sunny. Oh no. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that's good to know. I'm glad you're not doubting her, but you were just making a dig at his little ass arms. He does have little ass diabetic looking arms. You know how men's arms who don't get defined, like Anthony Anderson. You know the actor Anthony Anderson, and how he has diabetes, and he's been fighting diabetes for a long time from when he was and everything, but his arms just never got muscular, even though he's lost a lot of weight. Did you notice there are some men that just, they never get a cut in their bicep? Yeah. And he looks like one of those type of men. I think Letitia knows right now. I believe he's putting her through it. Yes. Oh my God, you guys. Glitter Girl, Tropical, Zaleen, Lady Virgo, Bianca. Can you guys imagine? He treated her like that with 8 other men and cameras. Can you imagine what she's going through by herself in that house, in Quad's old house? Can you imagine what she's going through in Quad's old house when it's just the 2 of them? That's why she looks like this.
Friend circles wives. And, and to tell you the truth, even when we were around certain things and I was meeting them, the ex was nowhere to be found. That never was an issue. So it never was that I came into her group of friends because let them tell it, she was never a friend to them. And it's really difficult for me, especially being on the show, because I do feel like I'm the only one that's trying, being real, and the rest of the ladies, they have their own plans, and I'm excluded from that.
And see how she's the only one that's doing anything right? These veterans aren't doing anything right. It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre.
I came into it, I didn't feel like Toya. She really wanted me to go.
So this week she was talking about Toya. Last week she was talking about Simone. She was like, "Who you think you are, my mama? Who you think you are, my mama?" And now this one, look. Oh, I didn't know she could rap. Let's see.
Yeah, Coke, tell a ratchet dentist with the big toes. Yeah, Coke, too many haters, but you can't fight the dope. Yeah, Coke, no competition, just recognition, though. Yeah, Coke, boss moves only. Watch me, let them know. Yeah, Coke. Yeah!
What? Okay, so I watched that and I did not, I did leave the, here. So that was Sweet Tea. I guess Sweet Tea and Scott are going to drop a rap duo. Let's listen.
Yeah, Coke, tell a ratchet dentist with the big toes. Yeah, Coke, too many haters, but you can't fight the dope. Yeah, Coke, no competition, just recognition, though. Yeah, Coke, boss moves only. Watch me, let them know. Yeah, Coke. Yeah!
That was, I don't know. Oh my gosh. Okay. And so, did you guys notice that at the episode last week when Dr. G was yelling and it looked like he was only yelling at Sweet Tea? Well, did you guys see this? Reality Diamond, if you're still in the house, this is him and Sherelle and Perry interviewing Dr. Heavenly.
I don't know about that because he's a doctor. I mean, King's not a doctor. Greg was solid in the group. I feel like, you know what I mean, until he pressed those charges. Yeah, they came to that part yet, right? He filed charges.
Charges?
Yeah, King was getting 90 days in jail. They haven't played that yet. Oh my God, I'm talking too damn much.
Next week.
No, I spend it. I give a teaser to watch the next week, but yes, he pressed charges. I mean, he filed a police report.
He filed a police report after him cussing out women. When the man went and checked his ass for cussing out women, he said he felt afraid and called the police and pressed charges on King for King checking him for cussing out a woman. Talk about a fucking Mitch. I would be so embarrassed if I was Sweet Tea. I would be like, is it too late to get this thing annulled? Like, and she would get some money. She didn't sign a prenup with this fool. I don't know what she's sticking around for. Because this is a Mitch move. Let me see. There's something else.
Someone asked, why were you still throwing out Quad stuff out the house?
Quad said that stuff wasn't hers, by the way. Let's go here. I'm going to do one more search. Married to Medicine. I was looking for something very specific. Let's see. Oh, see? That's what I'm talking about. You guys see this right here, what's happening? I'm not going to make it big because then we'll see it and hear it and stuff. And I don't want to get struck. But you see in this clip right here, it started with, we see G get up from the ground and rush towards King. And then in the next scene, we see King chase G down the beach. So who did what first, you guys? For G to be the one that says he was afraid. I mean, now I know that freaking King's 18 pack and his Adonis belt and his 15 times wood probably wasn't afraid of Dr. G and his veiny forehead. But I would say that I would, if I was, King needs me as his attorney because I would be using this footage to make my case. Watch right here. Dr. G is going to jump up. Watch. Look, see, he's going over there towards him. Did you see that? Okay. And then here we got the seating chart. Oh, here it is. This part. She's delusional. Listen to this shit.
Loves her guy. Yeah. But then it took such a turn. And what was kind of going through your head when it was starting to turn that way? Because you said a lot of your co-stars were looking at you, but then it kind of felt very targeted.
Yes, it did. I think that she's an instigator and she is a professional victim. And so
no, Quad isn't fired. I'm with you, Chef Don.
You are in front of your man. You should be up.
Chef Don, I'm with you. They just filmed the reunion yesterday or 2 days on Thursday. Today is Saturday. There is no pickup letters. It's not time for Mariah Huck to be checking her mailbox, talking about I didn't get a contract yet. Everybody knows that happens weeks and even a month after the reunion. There's no way that anybody but Phaedra for sure knows if she's coming back or not next season. And I think that Phaedra not showing up to the reunion is proof that she's definitely not coming back next season. But the other ladies, I think it's still up in the air. And fired for what? Why would Quad get fired? Because she addressed her abuser again? And if she is fired for addressing her abuser, then why do they continue to protect this abuser, Dr. G? If Quad is fired, then Dr. G should definitely be fired. You see what I'm saying? That's what I think. You think T is trying to make extra money because he controls the money? I think so too. She doesn't make sense. If you want if you make the wife through Dr. G, then why in the world would his ex-wife be there? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just weird. Yeah, we couldn't handle it for sure. So that's why King was arrested. Yep, gave that black man a lawsuit. Lady Virgo says it's going to be in an upcoming episode that he had to press charges in order to save his career. So you see the selfishness of that Mitch ass bitch. Dr. G sat there and cussed all these women out. So that wasn't going to save your career, not cussing women out in front of 8 men and a camera. That doesn't have anything to do with why you was about to lose your job, sir. You pressing charges on the only man that was there willing to freaking check your ass about talking to women like that was the only way you could save your job, sir? Was to give a black man a lawsuit and put a jacket on him for you being a fucking Mitch? I'll just give you the B, Dr. G, for you being a bitch. Because your voice is high like one, and I'm starting to think the G stands for girl. That's not okay. No, the way you save your fucking career is by being a man in the first place and not cussing out women. And not poking them with fucking boards. What does Dr. G and King have to do with us witnessing him physically poking her with that board? Somebody should call the board on that. You should call the board on Dr. Heavenly for saying that she would have checked and saw if she had endometriosis before she sent out baby emojis to a stranger. You guys want her to get checked at the board about that. How about we get Dr. G checked at the board for poking bitches on TV? And for his excuse for abusing verbally, physically, and emotionally abusing bitches being because he had a bad day at the office. How about that? trying to save his license. Yeah. Well, I don't think poking bitches with boards and screaming at ladies is the way to do that. Yeah, well, we know that Cecil did in real time. Cecil stood up that night. So in episode 10 that we just saw, Cecil had stood up between them. My thing with T is her and G came on this show trying to intimidate Quad, like Quad, yep, like Quad or not. She's given exactly what they should be expecting. Yep. He was abusive, and yep, and we're not done. She can dish it but can't take it. That's what I'm saying. She brings all this on herself. Somebody put in the comments, T, the call is coming from in the house, bitch. You the problem. And I'm just saying it like I'm not like all invested, but I do get really hyphy when I talk, you know. But I do understand this is just a show, and I'm just being hyphy with what I'm and passionate with what I'm saying because it's just in real life. I just would not tolerate a bitch like Sweet Tea. In real life, I would not associate with a man like Dr. G. Doctor or fucking not. If I know that you dragging bitches around the house, you're not coming to my house for a Moscow Mule, sir. And I would tell my husband to not have your abusive ass over here because I used to hang out with the woman that he abused, and I'm not comfortable with that kind of shit because birds of feathers flock together. And if you come in here raising your voice to me and making too many hand movies in my face, sir, we're going to have a motherfucking problem. How about that? How about that? Birds and feathers flock together, sir. Not standing it. There ain't no way that Dr. G would have been back over my motherfucking house after Quad said what she endured at that reunion. And then for these bitches to be in Quad talking about, you don't come over no more. Were they trying to trigger her and put her in a situation to have to see her abuser? That they're so hard pressed for her company at their abodes? And if I know you've been entertaining my abusive ex at your house, am I inviting you to my resort? No, bitch. You don't need to come over here. They want a lot for their piece of pitiful mean girl friendship. I'm telling you, Simone and Toya are the real mean girls of Married to Medicine, and they get by with zero accountability and skate by on nothingness every season, trying to make other bitches be held accountable to see what makes them tick. And we still don't even have your talks, okay? Yes. No way. Chef Don Don 3? No, I'm sorry. You're making me sad. Chef Don Don 3? Like lost as in unalived? My heart goes out to you and their families. Oh my God. Yeah, that's nothing to fucking entertain. And it's because our society is so fucking machismo that we continue to entertain known abusers. And then that fucker just goes out and does it again and does it again. And it makes it like it's almost semi-acceptable. I mean, those are the people in our society that should get shunned, is fucking abusers, not dope fiends. Give me a crackhead any day over a fucking woman beater. Give me a crack smoker any day. You know, that's crack and meth together, which allegedly Soldier Boy is on. Let Wayans tell it. Creth. Creth is crack and meth. Give me a fucking crackhead any day over an abuser. If you're bent over on the floor looking for crack, I would rather hang out with you than a person that dragged a woman around on the ground. No way. Oh, my heart is breaking for you, Chef. That's so fucked up. I love you. I love you. I'm sorry that happened to your sisters. That's so fucked up. That's so fucked up. I'm sorry. Oh, That's horrible. Fuckers. Protect women, man. And our world just makes it so easy for fuckers like that to continue. That's fucked up. I'm having emotion. I'm triggered right now. That's so fucked up. And that's the other part about all of this is that our entertainment shouldn't be fucking triggering. I shouldn't have to watch entertainment with a known fucking abuser woman dragger on here. I shouldn't have to watch entertainment where I'm reminded of the freaking white supremacist beliefs of most of America. It's triggering. It's not inner fucking taining. Let me breathe. Let me breathe, you guys. That's a lot, Chef, and you have to live with that every fucking day. Man, you are really... That is deep. I am so sorry for your loss. Wow. Yeah, I can't with Dr. G. Fuck Dr. G. And Sweet Tea condoning this shit, co-signing. The bitch sits around and co-signs on his treatment of her and his treatment of Quad. And in this clip right here that we're listening to, she's making it Quad's fault for speaking about her experiences like she came in hot. I don't know what got her so upset. Bitch, it's because you sat on the show and told her that he was trying to divorce her. And she had to correct your not knowing shit ass and tell you, no, bitch, I left him and he begged. He begged for this good melanin punani to stay. He begged to have the pleasure to drag this around the house some more. He begged. And you're going to sit up here and tell me some shit you don't know what you're talking about. We already had this conversation. Sweetie, we already had this conversation, bitch. When you guys were at the Dude Ranch and Quad chest bumped your ass, that was another instance in which you tried to tell her about her experience with her ex-husband, your current husband. That got you chest bumped last time, bitch. And then here you come at the vibe check trying to tell Quad what she experienced. But then your boo thing, who's been lying to you, boo, your boo thing, Sweet and Sour, he been lying to you, boo, because he had your mouth say, oh, he wanted to end it, because that's the lie he told you. But he told us the truth in vibe check, which is what Quad had already said. No, bitch. No, he wanted this. He said, I fought for my marriage. I fought for my marriage. Who doesn't fight for their marriage is the only person that doesn't believe in marriage is the only person that doesn't fight for marriage. Of course, I fought for my marriage. Had Sweet and Sour sitting there looking stupid. Nah, he wanted to end the marriage. No, I fought for it. I fought for it. Because abusers will fight to keep the abuse person around. Wow. Yeah, we love you, Chef Don Don. Protect women, yep. Cowardly men abusing women, it's not fucking cool. Don't be worried about my blood pressure. I'm fine. Like I had just prefaced that explosion with the knowledge that I'm high-key hyphy from being from Oakland, and I'm high-key passionate, and I'm very expressive. And my blood pressure's fine because I don't actually internalize this show. And I don't let it really affect my real life. Like I'm just giving it to you guys right now and being expressive in my conveying of it. But you don't have to worry about my blood pressure. We need to be worried for Sweet Tea. That's what we need to be worried for. You like having watch parties and recaps like this? Oh, right on. Thanks. I appreciate you coming through. Agreed. They did this season for ratings or someone desperate for money because there's no reason for them to film. Yep. It was bound to explode. Exactly. You like to see the chest bump. What caused that? Okay, so at the Dude Ranch, remember the episode where Toya was curating photographs in everybody's cowgirl wear, remember? And remember That's the dinner where Contessa said, "Square up, ho! Square up, ho!" and chased Dr. Heavenly around and was all high key aggressive and was very angry black womanish. Very stereotypes over there, Contessa. I mean, 3 years later, that's a lot of smoke. Now, I can understand any residual feelings from Quad and Dr. G specifically. But all these residual feelings that Contessa has towards Dr. Heavenly, that's way off the Richter scale. Like, I'm like, bitch, what's all this about? Did you want a boner? What? I'm not sure. Because yeah, that's a lot of passion. That kind of oomph is from somebody who used to love, like that's like, you know, and who really hurt you. Oh, look, Bianca said, yeah, look, she knows I'm fine. You see, Bianca, yep, I'm fine. You know, I work my own self up. I'm good. But okay, so what happened was at the Dude Ranch dinner, they were talking, and we only saw a little teeny bit of it when Quad and Sweet Tea were talking. And Quad apologized to Sweet Tea for imitating her voice on that live with Dr. Heavenly. When she said, I'm going to get access to the money. I'm going to get access to the money. Remember that? And she said, I'm sorry for that, Sweet Tea. I shouldn't have done that. Well, that turned into, of course, Sweet and Sour wanting an alternate apology and then following it up by saying some other bullshit that she couldn't have possibly known from anybody except for Dr. G. And so Quad gave it to her, and she's like, bitch, you don't have no idea what you're dealing like. This, and this is what I went through. And then Phaedra was like, well, how do you know that's true, Dr. Heavenly? And so then Sweet Tea was like, yeah, how do you know it's true? And then, I don't know, it ended up getting really bad, and she chest bumped Sweet Tea, and of course they left it out because I don't know why. I would have liked to see it though. Hey, Miss Foodie. Oh yeah, see, I get him a little bit. It's with love though. It's with love. Desperate for views, Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie invited Sweet Tea. They did it knowing it would be explosive. And then that's the story too. So the story is that yes, they did step to her. They met her at a thing. They had been seeing her out, and then yeah. So it was they knew it would be explosive. That's the trauma bond. Yep. Trauma bond. We love you, Chef. Thank you for being vulnerable with us and sharing that over here. I had no idea that that's what you've been going through. No, they did not show the chest bump. We only heard about it. We only heard about it from Dr. Heavenly, and we heard about it now from Sweet Tea. But let's finish listening to her over here lie and project and say that Quad is everything that she really is, because I feel like Sweet and Sour is the only professional victim on set.
Lifting him, but never should you even your ex in that moment. And if Gregory did that to me, I would be upset. And so it really wasn't much. Gregory, he got upset. He was going through a lot of stuff at the time. He had just quit his job at the hospital, and he was going.
See the excuse?
Not only that,
you see that excuse she just made? Oh, he was going through so much at his job, and that, I'm telling you, it's like that fool that comes home from work. He's like, where's my dinner, bitch? You know I don't eat spaghetti, and throws the spaghetti on the floor. And then he says, clean this shit up and make me some steak, bitch. Because he had a hard day at work. That's what this is given.
You know, I think that situation was traumatic for him too. And so you have to look at the you have to look at the actions of both of them. You know, is it Gregory antagonizing her, or is she antagonizing Gregory? And so I have to look at that. You know, and you know, she's even tried to come in and fight me. And so, you know, we don't have any beef with each other. And so she said, it's not you, but what is it? You know, okay, maybe it is my husband, but I don't quite understand what the issue is. And so, you know, when she started talking about the baby thing, I felt like it was sensitive, and she was like...
And you see how she politely, she was on set. We heard Toya say it first, even if we did have to play it back and catch it. We heard Toya say first, oh, you can throw him the baby shower. And then Quad said, yeah, I can throw you the baby shower. It'll be a grand event. Like, but it was piggybacking off of what her friend Toya said, right? Toya, her friend, whose house she'd been going over to with her new husband for the last 5 years. That friend, Toya? Yeah, that friend. Yeah. See how it's like projection and delusion?
Oh, bless our marriage, or she was like, I approve of you. And I'm like, I didn't ask.
And it was so weird. Like, she gave Phaedra a pass for inviting Quad to her bridal shower, and will still do an interview. If she was getting interviewed today on 2:15 at 11:45 a.m., she would still act like Quad just showed up to her baby shower uninvited and nobody asked her to be there. When the full time it was Phaedra Parks who invited Quad to that baby shower, you guys. Does she ever mention that? Does she ever ask Phaedra, why does she do that? If you were my friend, why would you have ever? Does that ever get addressed, or do we just get more gaslight and more smoke up our ass about how it's some other story going on? I think I got smoke up my ass because it was definitely overlooked. And why is she wearing her jacket like that?
Like, it was just awkward, and it was very random. It was just weird. And so,
yeah, I can't with Sweet Tea. I wish we were reporting that she didn't show up to the freaking reunion either. Oh, but this is another reason why they're mad. Look at that. We had already looked at that. This is why Greg had to get him arrested.
I absolutely love this for Quad.
This is why Greg had to get him arrested. Because look at that. He couldn't stand the thought of this. He couldn't stand the thought of King and Quad making melanated babies. He couldn't stand it. I'm glad Quad got some R&R time with her man. Let's see if this is what I was thinking. Two more things. Oh, that sound is really bad. Sorry, you guys. Yeah. Well, I can let that be it. You guys get the gist. You guys get the gist. Okay, you guys. Anyway, so that was the show for Nothing to Talk About, which is Phaedra Parks has left the building with her tail tucked between her legs and all of her rehearsed reads left unread. She might get to reuse them for the freaking Real Housewives of the Titanic, because she ain't using them over here on the best show on Bravo called Married to Medicine. She will not be in the building. She left Sweet Tea high and dry. Yep, she sure did. She left Sweet Tea high and dry. And Contessa left them both high and dry. The alliance. Told you guys that alliance wouldn't last. As soon as I saw that there was a freaking alliance, I told you the only reason Phaedra made the alliance with Sweet and Sour and Contessa was because those were the only two people in this group who she feels over. All the other women are very over her as far as status. They're either equal or over her. And the only two people she's literally over are Sweet and Sour and Contessa. Okay? Because even the other ladies on this reality show, they've been the core five for 10 seasons or however many seasons, 11 seasons. It's been on 11 seasons. And so they've been on the reality TV longer than Phaedra, you guys. So they're veterans to the reality TV, even over Phaedra. So Phaedra's position with them was beneath them, even in the reality scheme of things, even though Phaedra might be more widely recognized because everybody knows she's a freaking liar. But Sweet and Sour and Contessa are noobs, right? In the reality game. So she's over them. She has tenure. She rates as far as that. So she was the head of the alliance, right? And she left them high and dry. I bet she not even returning phone calls to Sweet and Sour no more. I bet she don't get no more phone calls after she's all the way. She not looking back. She not going to be looking back at Married to Medicine, and that's going to include Sweet and Sour and Contessa. Mark my words. If it's true, King is having to serve time for this. I'm not sure if him and Quad will work following all of this. I wouldn't want to go on dealing with her or the show. I hope they do make it, Ken. Thanks for being here. And I don't think, based off of how King acted that night, I feel like King is an understanding man. I feel like he's a different type of man, and he's not so insecure as to feel like Quad's healing is somehow a sign that she wants to be with helium and 2 times a week in a mini mansion. I'm positive that King and Quad are secure in their 15 times a week. I'm positive. I feel like people want Quad to want to go back because people would go back. You see what I'm saying? But people who wouldn't go back are like, oh no, that's over. You know? Yeah, I can't. I give everybody a freaking nickname. Yes. Call them to the front of the freaking class, chef. To the front of the class. We need the mean girls, the real mean girls to the front of the class. Toya and Simone. And if you guys think about it, Toya and Simone were very vocal when they were trying to get Mariah Huck off the show too. But for some reason, people turned all their animus towards Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly with the whole trying to get Mariah Huck off a show. When that was what we saw in real time, Toya and Simone were the leaders of the pack back then against even Mariah. And then they turned and tried to get Quad off the show too. But Toya's always been evil towards Quad. Mr. Foodie's in the house. Yeah. Bring him to the front of the class, the real mean girls. But they never, because it was Simone who started the rumors about the contractor and Quad. Simone started those rumors, and even Cecil told us that shit. She never got checked on it. Instead, they got to question Quad about the rumor that Anila started about Toya being responsible for Anila's house getting broke into. Remember? They deflected and maneuvered and stonewalled and gaslit their way out of any accountability or reference to what they had going on. I can't wait. It's 2025. Maybe they'll get called to the carpet. Maybe they will. But anyway, you guys, thanks for hanging out today here on LRGA Curves. Make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. Remember, there's enough to go around. So go get some, you guys. Go get some. And make it a great day. Ring my bell on the way in or out so you can get notified when we upload other videos. And make it a great day. Make it the day you deserve. But don't make it a sweet tea and gray kind of day, because those days you don't need. And don't make it a Phaedra kind of day, because those days you don't need. Okay? But make it the day you deserve. Okay? I love you guys. Leave it in the comments. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.